Are you ready over there, man?
I'm trying.
You got it? You sure?
This thing is like.
Yeah?
We need more Wi-Fi.
We need more Wi-Fi.
Yes.
We need bigger pipes.
I mean,
Mary Lou, where are you? Carmen San Diego, where are you? She's in California, Fang.
She's like, peace out, guys.
What's up, everyone? I hope everyone is having.
What's going on, guys?
Need more cowbells. Exactly.
What?
Need more cowbells.
Oh.
You always need more cowbells.
It's never enough.
Did you see the picture he put up of his man cave that he's been working on?
Yeah.
Phantom Chris! What's up,
up,
guys? 100 million degrees here in Texas. Yeah. I can tell you right now, it's 100,000,001 degrees here in Florida. Don't be such a pussy.
Boom! That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This is the show. So,
what's up, boys? Happy early Father's Day. Today is my first year getting to celebrate. John, congratulations, man. I know. I remember that. Believe it or not, I still remember those first year blues.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the joy of having the kid, the fear of having the kid, and the utter disappointment at what is coming out of that kid's butt.
Just wait, because the disappointment comes.
I'll take out the trash. Oh, and by the way, Stinky over there needs a change. Bye.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's never enough cowbells. There's never enough cowboys. I'm just working on stuff. Yep. I mean, aren't we all? I mean, I feel like we have to. It's only 73 in Vegas. Coolest summer in a long time.
Ooh,
I got to be honest with you. That 73 is probably not bad. In Vegas, that dry heat.
No.
Congrats to the dads. Except you, Christian, because you already got your present.
Oh, yes.
Like, dude, you got to work for it. You got to wait the day. The hell. It's only 25 degrees Celsius, right? Wherever.
Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like
plus
Celsius.
20. I'm sorry, plus 25 degrees Celsius.
I like it.
That would involve math that doesn't make any sense.
I drink it sometimes.
Celsius?
Celsius.
Okay. What's up, guys? Summer is not till Wednesday. Really?
Summer is already.
Dude, summer.
Past summer.
We're like, yeah.
We're like halfway.
100% to all the fathers. That's right. We've put up with this crap long enough. And, most of them that have moved out.
I've been doing it for 18 years.
Well, so the joy is once the kid moved out is when a lot of them got back into car audio, right? Because, it was one of those things where I finally, I've had money the whole time because
wow, excuse me.
I always got it at cost. So,
okay.
Wasn't as bad. Or I'd beg, excuse me, kind sir, might I get another? Long before this, but we've heard the stories like, oh, my kid finally moved out. I'm putting a stereo in my car. It's like that financial burden is gone. It's like good times to be had by all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sue sent me a text. What are you doing tomorrow? I don't even know what I'm doing today.
Just get out of the house.
Hot guy summer.
Very much.
I don't know how to take that, but I'll take it. It's Big Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Hey, Dean. Been reaching out to see you and your partner would like to come on the Big Jeff sound. And yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes, Jeff. And I need to get back to you. I haven't because we're going to Knowledge Fest next weekend, not this weekend, the weekend coming up after this one. And then when I get back, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. So I've really been focusing on that. I didn't mean not to get back to you, but yes, I would love to do the show. And when I get back, we'll figure out when we can do it. Yes. And we'll do the Big Jeff show. Hi-Fi, I guess, did it last week. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kids eat car audio budgets. Yeah, they do. Dude, I saw this post today where the girl goes, I don't understand. This mom was a mom post. She says, I don't understand how these kids can live off of a snack pack and a peanut butter and jelly for 6 months out of the year. They come home and they're eating 12 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's because kids grow during the summer.
Yeah.
No daycare, new vet.
Oof.
Right? I feel you. This guy got back into after my girls became adults. Right. See, that's what I'm talking about. Great news. Hit us up. Hit me back. Email. Yep, you bet. Oh yeah. I reply to a lot of my emails like that this weekend, so I'll get you the information and all that other fun stuff.
For sure.
Hey, what's up, Eduardo?
What's up, buddy? Happy Father's
So we were talking the other day with the girls, and I was telling them, because they met Eduardo at Knowledge Fest.
Yes,
and
yes.
And
with
all
the
I
baby.
all I got to hear was his son is so cute.
Yes,
His son
yes.
is so cute. I'm like, dude, relax, girls.
Yeah.
No, his son is adorable. And I was like, it's his wife. Have you seen his wife? Okay, it's got nothing to do with him. But so the other day we were talking about the U-Haul. I said, oh, he's the one that rented the U-Haul.
Yeah.
And I said, and I called it what he called it. And they're like, Eduardo said that? And I go, yeah, I didn't. And they're like, no. I'm like, what? Just because he's got a cute kid? I mean, what is it? Where does this go? Like,
he doesn't say bad words.
No, he doesn't say bad words. He was like a saint all of a sudden. And I'm like,
I mean, if you see him,
and then they're like, they're like, you're lying. Eduardo would never say that. I'm going, dude, he literally got out and said, would you like to come into
the P-Van?
the P-Wagon. Let's see. Anyways, and I'm like, no.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, hey.
I had so much fun at Master Tech anytime. Oh, yeah.
I had so much fun at Master Tech. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Master Tech was the bomb.
Yeah.
And I think what we want to do this year at Master Tech is like that Thursday night or whatever night. Okay. I always get the dates wrong. Yeah. The first night that we don't have anything to do, not the night of the party, always the night before, is have a parking lot party at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Just have everyone meet at Chick-fil-A, get Ubers to the Chick-fil-A parking lot, and we have the Brian Mitchell orange or lemonade ice cream parking lot party.
Yeah. The P-Wagon.
Yeah, everyone just, because we could probably fit 20 guys in the back of that U-Haul wagon. Just
100 guys.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, easily.
Believe me, I'm a Mexican.
Because it's only 5 seconds away. So, I think we should just have a big parking lot party, and everyone just gets lemonade, icy or ice creams, and
for sure
we just chill out and shoot the shit until ever they throw us out, which probably wouldn't be
5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's right.
I guess you can ask me that question when I'm on the show, man. It is a bit much. Quick question. Do I need a DSP for 10%? 10 number for a 10? I mean, if we're talking like to make it awesome, like a 10, like, ooh, baby, she's a 10.
Like 10 time multiplier.
For a 10-time multiplier.
Amplifier?
I mean, some amplifiers will have it, but it's just easier with a DSP. I mean, the reality is no matter how much or how little you're going to use a DSP. Like, listen, I get it. Some people are like, oh, it's so foreboding, it's scary. But the reality is there are some basic things that a DSP will do that will immediately make your system sound better. Just the crossovers in the DSP alone. Okay, being able to type in and go, I want an 80 hertz crossover. You'll be like, holy crap, I thought I had it at 80 hertz this whole time. My subwoofer sounds totally different because it's a dial.
And you can pick like 87, 86.
Yeah. In polarity, out of polarity.
Yeah.
Or in phase, out of phase, whatever you want.
Whoa.
And you have level control. Like instead of like screwing with the gains in the amplifier, get them all set to a nominal setting and then adjust mixing. So like if you're doing a 3-way set or a 2-way set and just do all of that. So there's a lot you can do with the DSP and then grow into the rest of it. You know what I mean? So always DSP. Because there's never enough people at Chick-fil-A. Well, exactly. But they have a huge parking lot. And Sage can come because there's a Starbucks in the parking lot. But I don't think at that time Starbucks will be open. So he'll just have to settle for. Do I need a capacitor? I have a 1999 Elantra and install the P300 powered subwoofer with the factory rate. No, you do not.
Unless you have a 2019
no cap
battery.
For a P300.
Like the factory battery that you have is a 2019. I mean, it's okay, but
we'll get a better battery.
Get a
okay.
Battery.
So
don't worry about it.
So the reality is, in most systems nowadays, with how efficient a lot of these amplifiers are, with the design of the power supply, and just how much better these cars are built compared to 20 years ago when a lot of you guys started in this.
Well, I mean,
If you're building a normal system, meaning like 8 channels of sound, okay, that isn't 10,000 watts, okay, you don't have an amp anywhere that says 2,500,
right?
1,500. You'll be fine in the fact that you won't need a battery, but what you will need is a current battery, meaning batteries don't last that long. Okay, they last longer than they have in the past, but depending on where you live, we all live in harsh conditions now. It seems like either like here it's always hot, so batteries can die fast, especially if they're underneath the hood, which it sucks because like in my Camaro they would last about 4.5 years.
Yeah, that was the factory one, right?
Yeah, and it lasted like 4.5 years and it was great, and then one day it just died, like dead, like a bus came by and hit my battery.
Yeah, dead.
It was dead. It was like it started this morning, doesn't start now. What the hell? Battery was dead. You want to try to avoid that. So every 2 to 3 years, it's good practice to get the battery replaced. Now I know a lot of the time, especially if you have a stereo, you'll take it into the discount auto or guys or whatever the hell, and they'll go, the battery looks good. Here's a little print. Screw all the printout crap, okay? Because it's not. They're good. And they will definitely tell you if the battery's bad. That's 100%. Like, we have one of those cool little things, and it's like, no, this battery's dead as could be. But if there's, for a lot of them, they're like, oh no, there's still 80% life in that. That's 20% less audio you're gonna have. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. What's up, Mel?
What up, buddy?
Hold on.
Hey, I'm gonna see you.
1 more dB.
That's it. Right there.
August 24th.
August
24th, Jay's Tent, Dallas, Texas. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Bring the rings,
sometime o'clock. Bring the rings. Rings. There's an S.
Rings.
We'll be at Jay's Tent, open house. Mel, Phantom Chris, Brian Mitchell, Andy Waymeyer, more than likely. And we're just starting. Jay supposedly there's going to be food. It's going to be fun. Dallas, August 24th. Thursday. That's a
Capri
Thursday
Suns for everyone. That's going to be great.
And celery sticks for the whole crew.
I love it.
So if you're in Dallas or anywhere near Dallas,
carrots. Love a carrot.
Get off work early. Come hang out with us.
Yes.
Come demo these cars. Come pet the dogs. It's going to be awesome.
Jeff Smith is going to be there.
Jeff Smith will probably not be there.
Really? No, I think so.
No.
Yeah.
No. So that one's still a no for right now because they're not coming. So the reason why we can get them there, like Mel and Chris, because they live in Texas.
No, I know.
And they support Jay.
Yeah.
But Jeff and the crew are not coming to Dallas Knowledge Fest as of this moment.
As a company.
But so maybe more than likely, there's going to be dogs. Yeah.
Hot dogs?
There might be hot dogs.
Because it's hot.
And what's up, dog?
Yeah.
Tacos for sure.
Oh, tacos.
Tacos would be nice.
Love tacos.
I don't know.
Who's your sponsor?
Hottie battery is twice the size. They use a good battery. Yeah. That's all good. What's that?
Who's your sponsor for tonight?
Oh, yeah, good call. Way to go. Fernando doesn't want to get a phone call. Yep. Hey, have you heard of these guys here? Focal at focal-america.com. They make some of the most amazing speakers on the planet. Right now, they've just come out with new K2 Power M's. And for those of you guys who are like, man, don't worry. Next week, guess what we're going to have? Sage, when we were here in Orlando, I got to sit down with him and the Bronco, which I know you guys have seen the Bronco before. The Bronco is all new, though.
Yeah.
Tore out all that other stuff and built some new stuff. And, well, you guys are going to get to see it and listen to it. And it has all the Focal K2 Power M speakers in it. That video will drop next week along with a couple others, so stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But if you're interested or want to know more about them, head over to focal-america.com. They have a plethora of speakers from very affordable prices to, that's right, I'm that guy.
All right.
Moving
Let's see. There we go. Talk about that.
Hey, guys. Worked on a 2012 VW Touareg non-premium. Is high level the answer? I can't find harness or integration for it. Yeah, actually, we've done a Touareg because I think Sajeki's was this vehicle right here, non-premium, and we used
it's a 2017.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, and we actually used the JBL amp in that one. Is that the one we used, the JBL? I feel like we used the JBL amp and put all Kenwood Exelon speakers in it. But no, so if it's the non-premium audio, it should have, like, the radio's in the glove box. You pull the radio out in the glove box, and it should have the 4 speaker wires for all 4 corners, as well as if it has the factory subwoofer, that will also be there too. There is no outboard amplifier. It's a 5-channel amp built into the radio. You will need load resistors. I would recommend some form of a DSP. For sure, you're going to want some form of a DSP.
And now, if you're looking for speakers, because it's like, hey, man, speakers are awesome. You can change your speakers. Focal makes factory fit, and they call Focal inside. There you go. So factory fit for your car. They have tons of options.
Focal
for you.
Yep. Very good. Way to go. Yep. Wow, man, you really thought that one through.
Yes,
wow, you really, good
Thanks
job.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much.
Did you guys say Focal has an affordable to that? I'm that guy. Yes, they make the auditor line. And if you want to see that, in the Car Stereo Lab, we did a whole review of the auditor line. We put those in Haley's car. So the auditor has a 430 amplifier, which is a big AB class, as well as very affordable mids, highs, and subwoofer. We actually ended up giving the 10-inch subwoofer away. We signed. We had you, me, and Haley all signed it. So
for sure. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and then hold on, back to the VW real quick. The harness that you might be looking for, according to Mel, who is pack-audio.com. That is pac-audio.com. This may be the harness you're looking for, according to Mel, who is a Phantom out of Texas. So definitely check that out.
All right.
You guys share such great info. 2021 F350 non-BO. What would you spec out for $800 upgrade? Keep stock head unit. Thanks. $800 upgrade 2020. I would do a Rockford P300 8 underneath the back seat. I could probably fit the 10, but I'd either the 8 or the 10.
Yeah.
The 8 is flat and will fit underneath, and the 10 has a slight taper to it, the truck box. So I think the 10 will fit. I think we've done the 10. Haven't we done the 10? I feel like we've done the 10, but I know the 8 for sure will slide underneath there. And then for speakers, because I'm hitting that $800 budget, I would probably look at power base plug and plays for the front doors.
It's just $800.
That's what I'm saying. That would be an $800 system. That'd give me a better tweeter and that. Now, if the reality is you'd probably want to spend a little bit more money, and I know, but what I would do is if it were me, I would do the P300 sub, skip replacing the speakers, and try to get my hands on a Kicker 200.4 key, and just amplify the front factory speakers. Because we know if we put power to those, and it's not a lot of power, they're going to sound better.
They're going to sound better, yeah.
So that would be a little bit more.
That's going to be definitely more.
But the reality is not that much more if you're going to install it yourself. Okay, and then you could get the harness for that. pack-audio.com does make the harness for that to allow you to plug into the back of the radio. So that would be and Mel coming through again with the... Now, you won't need the LC2i if you're going to do either one of those products because they both have high-level to low-level adapters built into them.
Don't get greedy, Mel.
Yeah, Mel. Come on, slow it down, man. Everyone gets it, LC2i. But you won't need them if you're doing that. And I actually have a hat that says this. Haley had a hat, and it was, "What would Dad do?"
Oh, I thought you were going to say, "Don't get greedy."
No, it's all, but, I go, "Oh, so what would Dean do?" And she goes, "Yeah, that works too, but it's supposed to be Dad." And I go, Okay, yeah. So I don't ever wear it. You got something, or should I just click on one? Okay. Just heard Andy's Volvo on Thursday. Pretty awesome car. You got to hear the Volvo, right? Did you?
I got to hear the Volvo. Yes.
What'd you think of the Rock song?
It's the Rock songs. They great.
Yeah.
The
thing I like about Andy's cars, like I didn't get to hear the Volvo. But I've heard the Mercedes enough to kind of know what Andy likes to do in a car. And to me, it's just, it's a lot of fun. Like Andy is all about this immersive sound that he does.
Yep.
And I think I like what he's doing. I like that. To me, it's fun and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's all the time, but I really enjoy
His
the
tunes.
funness of his tunes. Like I do have a good time.
Yeah.
So if you ever get the opportunity to, Jay's Tint,
that one.
Which one?
No, that one.
Oh, there's another question?
Yeah.
It's like watermelon color.
I know.
Hi, Dean and Fernando.
Hey.
12 Dodge Ram Alpine system. Is there a radio I can replace the factory radio with that allows me to keep my factory amplifier? All right, where's Mel? How come Mel's not sitting here going, hi 10?
He's going to. He's typing it.
Yeah, honestly, there's nothing special about keeping the factory amplifier in a 2012 Dodge Ram. It does use a normal input from the radio. As far as that goes, the interface, so it just needs sound, and then the interface controls the volume of it. But I think almost any radio with a smart harness will allow you to replace that and keep that. So you can use a pack harness, you can use an iData harness, you can use a Metro harness, and all of those will integrate into the factory amplifier. So yeah, that's believe it or not, that's an easy one. Most Dodges are pretty straightforward when it comes to that stuff. So you're good. How do you set master level on the JBL 4086? I have it at 0 dB. Honestly, I don't remember, and it's not a Mac software, but I believe you can turn it up. So, and if you can turn it up, and it's so master volume isn't gain. So if there's an ability to turn the master volume up some, I will often try, but also keeping in mind that I don't want to surpass whatever. Like, I try to get the most out of the master volume as possible, so that I can get the most out of the DSP, and all the help I can get. What's up, Ken?
What's up, Ken?
I miss Ken.
Ken is awesome.
Ken is fun to hang out.
Yeah, I always every time I talk to him, my neck hurts.
Oh, because he's like.
Because he's like, I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah. No, you saw him at Orlando, right?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure you had time to hang out with him. So.
We will see you in Indy if you're going, for sure.
Yeah, we'll be in Indy. Heck yeah, we'll be in Indy.
Next week.
You know it, bro. Can't wait. Yeah, we'll be there doing our thing, whatever that is.
I don't know what is that.
I don't know. Kenwood, 105 point. Would bridging the 4 channels down to 2 channels be good for Morel Maximo component set? That's a lot of power for the Maximos.
For the Maximo HE?
No, it's just the Maximo, regular Maximo. Okay, I'm not going to say we haven't done it. Okay, we've done it. So, like, I don't know what would work better, though. Like, I'm not going to lie, I would do it. I would just do it. Okay, especially if I'm using the passive crossovers between the two,
Mm-hmm.
I'd totally do it. We've done it before. There's a couple of situations where we needed a really a substantial front end, and we were using some not necessarily the most high-end speakers, but we wanted some power going to them. And so, yeah, we would bridge this into a 3-channel amplifier, and it really does come alive and get pretty crazy. But no, there again, I get it. That's a lot of power for the Maximos.
So,
but there again,
go to the next one. I blow up my Maximo 602 Ultras with 120 watts of clean unclipping power. So,
and there again, not to knock whatever you've done.
Yeah.
However, the reality is if you blew your speakers, you did something wrong. Okay, not to be mad, not accusing you of anything, but the reality, actually I am. The reality is something went wrong somewhere, whether if I set it for 5 dBs of gain overlap, or I didn't get my crossovers right, or I always leave my volume at 35 no matter what song I'm playing. These are all things that will lead to bad speakers being blown. When I sit a person in the car and I do Dean talk, the last thing I say is, okay, so now here's the reality of life. And they're like, what? I go, okay, so I don't really care what your volume says. I've never looked at the volume. I've been listening to the stereo the whole time. Learn what the maximum volume is, no matter what the volume, meaning what your ears are telling you. Okay, because these will tell you long before you're going to blow your speakers.
Yeah. And exactly, like
again, everyone wants to get more mid bass. I want to get, so they kick their crossovers down to 60 or 70, and it's like, let them go to 80. It's 12 dB. You're still going to get bass out of them instead of 24. Like sometimes you can do that and you'll get enough mid bass out of them, or sound treat the hell out of the door. That'll give you more mid bass.
At the end of the day, we have to be responsible, right? Like you pay for the product, and sometimes you get excited. And believe me, like I put 65 in the speakers that I had, and then I started like hurrying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, let's not piss
me off.
Yes. Okay. I'm like, but yes,
just be careful. The passives on the Maximo DSR1 for tuning. Oh, perfect. You got DSR1 for tuning, even better. I would. Okay, so the one thing I would recommend is keeping the gains down. You got 4 or 5 volts coming out of the DSR1. So I would just start with the gains down, do your EQ, and then in the end, if you feel like you need a little, keep in mind it's going to be a right and left. So you will need some Y jacks to run into it. That's the key. A lot of people don't think about this. So you're going to need a left Y jack into 1 and 2 and a right Y jack into 3 and 4. Don't put RCAs in here and flick the 1+2 or 3+ floor switch. So you do need Y jacks because you want 1 and 2 to be left and 3 and 4 to be right. And so now your gain controls, you're going to have a left gain control and a right gain control. So that becomes a little tricky. And especially if you're going to tune the car with the DSP, if you don't match them to, okay, so if you start with them both down and you put a voltmeter on them, and let's say this one, just for sake of the conversation, let's say this one reads 20 volts, and it could read anything. Let's say this one reads 10 volts, because you don't have to do max volume when you're checking voltage on the channels. So let's say you check channel 1 and it's 5 volts. You check channel 2 and it's, let's say, 6.5 volts. That means you have 1.5 volts between the two. Now, if you've already tuned the car and you want to turn it up some, keep that in mind. So let's say you start with the lower one, and let's say you turn it up to, let's say, where now it says 8 volts. Yep. And you're like, oh, that's perfect. So this one has to say 9.5 volts. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back in and fix your tune, okay? Because you've added more volume or less volume, so you're going to have, your center is going to go, ooh. So keep that in mind. If you don't voltage match them before you start, which there again, I never do. It's like I'm just going to do it after the fact. No, because I do it after the fact. It's I just make sure the shit works, and I'll figure the stuff out as I go along. Because
Okay.
Wait, yeah, I know, right? Who knew? I love his tattoo, by the way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very colorful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Remember I was telling you about those statues from Sideshow the other day? I was talking about those giant statues at this comic book store. And one of them was The Crow, the movie The Crow.
The Crow.
Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son. The movie The Crow.
Yep.
They had this giant statue of him. It looks so cool. I was like, damn, I want to nerd out.
Sounded in the sedan rear package tray. Put the deadener on the top or the bottom, or both.
Ooh, both.
Go crazy.
Totally both. Keep in mind. Okay, so here's another thing you want to also do too. Okay, so yes, this totally, package tray totally. But keep in mind now, where the package tray is really going to give you the most problems is at the window. So where it meets at the window. So a lot of sound treatment there is really nice. Granted, around the speaker is cool. You definitely want to do that, but do the whole thing. Then before you put it back in, figure out where it's actually touching the back window and put foam strip, a nice clean foam strip along that. So when you slide it back in, and get the good foam too. I know like it's going to be hard, but get something that's sticky because it is going to have sun beating down on it, so that when you put it back in, it doesn't rattle against the window. Because a lot of the times it's like you sound treat the hell out of it and then it rattles on the back window. Because like making the rear deck out of plastic is great for sun and whatnot, as opposed to what the carpet used to do. Yeah. The problem is now they rattle, and it's the plastic smacking the back window. It sucks so bad. Let me highlight this so that we get to that one.
Okay.
Talked a while back about an 02 Isuzu Rodeo. Okay. Want to do a full speaker replacement, front, rear doors, over a lift gate, full entry level line system though. Focal or Hertz, Focal, Morel. One of the three, which one? Nando. It's for you. He wants to know which one you're going to do. So this is entry level. So we're talking Unos.
Yep.
Auditors.
Yep.
Or
HEs.
HEs.
Ooh, man.
So keep in mind though, the other thing too is like the HE is only limited to 6.5. I think these are 5 1/4 in an 02. So at the end
It's
of the
a
day,
4-inch. It's a 4-inch in the rear
yes,
and a 6.5 in the front.
but it's a shallow 6.5.
Yeah.
So which one you going with? And there again, I think you just got to be practical about it, and it's so. You know.
Oh man, I'm just gonna go with the Focal.
You're gonna go auditor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like with the new ones that they just came out.
Yeah, white box auditors.
White box auditors, they awesome.
Yeah, so the new auditors come in a white box. Looks kind of generic, but it's not.
It's new redesign for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
So
there you go. He says auditors. I would have gone Hertz. Just so you know, I probably would have sprang for the DCs.
Yeah.
Because they have a little bit lower ohm load. They're like 3.3 ohms, so I get more sound out of it. But I probably would have gone for the DJs.
Okay.
Or DJ or Ditchy or whatever, however the heck the Italians say it. One more 901.5 question. Recommended pair of 10-inch subs. P2s. Rockford P2s. It's our most common package that we throw on those. Very efficient, very boomy. I like boomy. They come with awesome grills. But I'm a Rockford P. I like the P series woofers, the 2s and 3s. I know what I'm going to get out of them, and most people like it. So anytime we do something like this, I'm either going to do 2 P210s or 1 P312. So, and we know it's going to do the job.
All right. So this is the one that you highlight right there.
Yeah, I got that one. I literally just answered that question.
I'm just trying to go to the next ones.
And then Sean is saying some Sundown E series are also great for the money. There you go. I've never heard them, so I can only recommend what I've heard.
Sundown. All right, here we go.
I have 2 Arc Audio 300.4s for my mids and highs. What kind of speaker setup do you recommend? This type of dual amplifier setup. This is 70 watt. This is in 70s. A 70s van, so speaker options are limited. I mean, why not go Arc mids and highs? I mean, they make a plethora of speakers to choose from.
Yeah.
And they all sound fabulous. So, I mean.
I would just give him a call. Like, hey, man, I have these 2 amplifiers.
So call Arc Tech Support. More than likely, you're going to get through to Brian and then go, oh, my God. Like, this is Brian? Like, Brian. Like, the Brian? Where are your dogs?
Exactly.
You can do that. Believe it or not, you can actually do that.
Serious. There you go.
Yeah.
Like Ada.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ada's like.
Can I talk to Chewy?
What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Bobby?
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, man. That's right.
Yeah. So, are we talking about the movie? It was a good movie. Limitless. It was a really good movie. You know, big fan.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's all good. Hold on. Is there a way to add an equalizer to a factory stereo that doesn't have any, just has mid bass? No. So okay. So there's no like in and out on a factory radio. So like there's no way to just like. However, there are now some solutions for this that might work. So, for example, earlier in the show, we talked about the JBL 8-channel DSP amplifier. Now, it's an 8-channel by 25 watt. It'll take 6 channels of input, and it's a full 8 channels of output DSP. So if you have a basic radio, basic front-rear radio, you can go right into this, and then out of the DSP directly to the speaker. So it's kind of what you're looking for. Now, they make it in the 8-channel version under JBL. They make it in a 4-channel version under Infinity. It's a little bit more power, but it's a 4-channel. Then you have, if you don't want to set it up, you just want it to sound better, you have the Kicker Key 200.4 that has a microphone. So you just put it on your headrest and you hook it up to the 4 speakers and let it run its thing, and it automatically EQs it for you. So you don't have to do anything. On the high-end side of that, like if you want to go, there's one more. Alpine has the PXE 850X, and then they just have the new, now that's an 8-channel DSP amplifier, 25 watts by 8, all built in, and they just came out with a new version of that, which is the Optimate, something like that, which is a newer version of that. There again, an auto set DSP with 8 channels of power in it.
Mhm.
Then you get to the high end side of that, where you can get into like an ARC audio. What's the name of the airplane?
The Blackbird.
Blackbird. Thank you. Get an ARC audio Blackbird. You can get to a small Helix, not a Helix. What's the other? What's the Match? They have the Match amplifiers, as well as Audison has the Prima amplifiers.
Yeah.
So thank you. Everyone's telling me Blackbird's stupid. So there's small amplifiers. Yeah. So there's small little from very inexpensive DSP amplifiers all the way up to expensive, professional. We'll call them professional. Just more buttons and whistles, bigger power. So yes and no, but I hope that makes some sense.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hey guys, got my Optimate in the mail today.
Perfect.
There you go.
There you
Awesome.
go. See?
Oh yeah, and Museway. Thank you. Yeah, Museway also makes some small things.
VXI.
And JL has the VXI. So I mean, those are going to be like the Museway would be somewhere in the middle. The VXI would be over on the other end. Because I mean, you also have Moscone that has the Atomos, and so there's a plethora of small footprint DSPs, anywhere from let's say $399 all the way up to $2,400. So yeah,
pretty much.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. Speaking of crazy but true, hey, the next sponsor of the show is being brought to you by Audio Control, making good sound great. Had the pleasure of talking to Jeff for an extended period of time this week, unbeknownst to both of us. I'm pretty sure neither one of us wanted to. But one of the things is we're finally getting so close, like days away from the final version of the new software for the DSP. Which we talked about the updates that we're going to be doing to the DM RTA. So for those who are going, man, I hope they update. Yes, they are. There's a lot of work. They just want to get this one nugget finished. They're days away. I mean, we're literally like 1 or 2 little boxes that need to be ticked. And there again, but we're making sure it's right. I had the honor of breaking something and to share with them, which I always take as a badge of honor when I can break something. And be like, hey, look, I broke it. Because if I can break it, the damn straight you guys can break it. So it's much easier for me to break it than have to worry about you guys. However, with that being said, we also have new speakers that are coming. The Pacific Northwest speakers are just right around the corner. I think they're going to hit around Dallas. So that's why we don't know if Jeff is coming to Knowledge Fest Dallas, because they're trying to figure out if they get there. But that's right around August time. You're going to start seeing those. And there's always surprises to come that we can't talk about. But who cares about all that? If you'd like to know about any of the stuff we just talked about, head over to audiocontrol.com. There they have pictures of the new speakers. The subwoofers are already shipping. There's a lot of stuff happening, and that's why we're excited to be partners with them. If you didn't catch the video I did on that cool 6-channel passive crossover, check that out.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Hold on. Yeah, that one right there.
That one. Check it out.
Yeah, it's cool. And it's a first look, so it's a prototype. Which I preface in the video. This is a prototype, guys, because the final version of it is going to be different than what we actually have. It's still actually sitting right here, but it's a much different. Like this one it's 100% prototype, but it does the things we needed it to do, so we can give you guys a first look on it. And I'm a big fan of letting you guys see a first look on anything we can get our hands on, whether it works or not. So, I have not heard the Pacific Northwest speakers yet. We were supposed to get Jordan's car in the bay and do a video on it before we left, but it's just the days are packing in way too close. So I don't think we're going to get to do that before vacation. So we'll definitely do it after vacation.
Ulises, sí, conocemos a Ricardo.
Monster
by Rangel.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes to Indy.
He ain't coming to Indy.
No, he's probably going to Dallas.
If you're lucky. Yeah.
Dallas or Vegas, probably.
Oh, there you go. Ada got to hear it. So, yeah, Ada got to hear Jordan's car.
Oh, very nice.
It was very, very good.
Very, very good?
Very, very good.
Like, very, very good.
Pacific North would be a nice Christmas giveaway.
All right.
I can tell you that probably won't happen. No.
Christmas?
Trust me, giveaways now are really tough to come by, man. People are like, I got 2 and I ain't giving you 1.
No.
Have you heard the new Pacific Northwest comps? The specs show it's 2. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, that was
I got the sub.
that was me going, damn it, we need to do something special with these things. Why don't we do a lower ohm load speaker? And they were like, calm down. That's not a bad idea.
You're dumb.
No, but
right.
Can you explain gain overlap? Like, why did I set my gain using negative 5 dB test tones and not a 0 dB? Please answer in detail if you don't mind. Do y'all set gains using the 5 dB? Negative 5 dB. Fernando, pick this one, please. Jason, now, here's the really cool thing. I'm going to answer this for you here. However, if you'd like a more in-depth version, like with pictures and stuff like that, if you head over to Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, that's a YouTube channel. That's our other YouTube channel. It's called Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. Are you okay, man?
I'm trying to find it.
There, you're going to find a class that we used to teach. What was it called? Fundamentals. It was called Fundamentals. And in the Fundamentals playlist, you're going to find where we built a whole 10-minute fundamentals on gain overlap. All right. So I'm going to give you the abridged version of this because we don't want to spend too much time on it. But you can get over to the fundamentals and find them. Just go to the playlist.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it was right there.
I'm just trying to see which one was gain overlap fundamentals.
It should be labeled like
no.
On the side. Yeah, it's labeled. It's totally labeled. I labeled. Anyways, so why did you use negative 10 dB instead of 0? Ideally, you'd want to use 0, right? Because that would make sure that you're not clipping anything and that everything is in a perfect world. So, yeah, I mean, 100% we should be using 0 dB. But wait, here's the caveat. Not all music is recorded at the same volume. Believe it or not, this is the easiest explanation for this. So, and like most people, when I say, hey, what music do you listen to? You go, everything except country. No one listens to country. And I mean that country stuff, not the new hip hop crap that's country. I like that. I don't. I hate it. Anyways, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to make a stereo in your car that plays everything that you listen to, okay, and make sure you have enough volume to do it. And this goes back to earlier in the show when I was talking about, I tell people, don't look at the number. Look at the number with your ears. Listen to the volume that your stereo is playing at, because that is what's going to tell you, hey, I'm playing it too loud. So the reason why we do negative 5 dB is so that we have some room to turn the volume up. So if I play something that was recorded in 1980 or 1970s, which I do, the recording isn't going to be that good. It's going to be lower. So I want to be able to make sure I can maximize my stereo and get that volume out of it that I like. Then when I switch it to Maroon 5, happens, I can turn it back down. Okay. So it gives me the ability to have some volume there. There's a couple different ways we can do this. Okay. That's why they say pick the maximum undistorted volume of the radio. All right. And then set it up. Now, there again, where's the maximum undistorted volume of the radio? So now we have to sit there and we have to do that. So we find the 0 point, right? So if we find the 0 point, well, I can put the 0 point wherever I want in reality. It can be here, it can be there. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to turn it up until I find that 0 point, and I'm going to play something that's 5 dBs quieter so that I can turn it up 5 dBs more. All right? And that's really what it comes down to. The problem is that some people, what is that it?
I think it's this one.
No. Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
No, that's math. That's basic math. No, there's literally one that says gain overlap. It's in there somewhere. Dude, just watch them all.
Yeah, just go to Dean and Fernando Car Stereo Clips.
There's some of them over there. But yeah, there's one of them in there. Anyways, so really, so the suck of it is if you just had a shit ton of power, you could play everything at 0 dB, because the idea is I want it to be as loud. I want a system to be loud enough to make me happy. Okay, that's really what it is. But everyone is trying to get the most sound possible. Ugh, you're screwing me if you're not giving me that extra watt. No, I'm not. Okay, so if you're only gonna turn. Come now, country's okay. The women like it, so it's good for me. Yeah, okay. And like I said, the new stuff. Everyone likes the new stuff. you know, cut off jeans, wife beater, cowboy hat. I'm talking about the guys. Anyways, if you okay, so like if you set everything for 0 dB and you turn up your volume and play your crappiest track and it's loud enough, like you're like, damn, that's woo, I'm never gonna play it louder than that. Leave it. It's plenty of power. Okay. But for some reason we can't do that because it's like I'm always gonna play it at 15, but for some reason I have to turn my gains up all the way loud enough to where I'm getting all my watts, bro. It's stupid. But that's the world we live in, where it's like we're only concerned with, you know, I mean, if you've got 100 watts going in your mids and highs, it's loud enough. Yeah, exactly. More power means don't need gain overlap. I can tell you right now, Fernando has the 430 Moscone in his car, the smaller brother of this 830 right here in his car. You know where the gains are? To the floor. They don't exist. Actually, I think the mid bass might be up a hair. But no, they're not because no, that's right. We kept them all down.
Zero.
Yeah, they're at 0 because okay, so here's the cool thing. So on that, we had differential power. So the channels 3 and 4 have more powers than channels 1 and 2, which is pretty awesome. Now, see, that's where gain overlap kind of is like might be helpful because I can leave in there. It's always helpful, but here's some of the reasons. So like if I leave my tweeters at 0, okay, but then I put my mid bass, which can handle a little bit more abuse because bigger voice coil and stuff like that, not much. Okay, I'm now tracking with them a little bit hotter. Now, ideally, what I'd want is a DSP, and I'm just going to put them both at the same, and I'm going to turn the tweeters down in the amplifier. I mean, in the signal I'm feeding them. But not everyone has a DSP, so if you're going to do it manually, I can play my mid bass at 5 dB. I can play my tweeters at 0 dB, and if I'm listening to it and that mix is good, then great. Sometimes I might actually turn my tweeters down to positive 5, I guess, lower than 0, like turn them to the floor. So it just gives us some adjustment and some blendability. That's the other thing. Like I said, it's great for music, but now let's say I have an amp on tweeters, amp on mid-range, amp on mid-bass. I need to somehow figure out how to blend them all together. So I need to figure out the loudest I can play them and then start turning them down from there. So it's at least gives you some form of a ceiling that you can work down instead of working up. Hope that helps. I hate gain overlap.
All right.
Hold on, let me get this one. Hey, does the DS1 go out of tune? Tweeters sound too sharp now. I've never had a DS1 go out of tune. However, your tweeters may have broken in, and you may need to go back in and retune the system.
Adjust it a little bit.
Because there's a spider in there. No, there's no spider in there. Let's take that back. There is a surround in there. There's no spider on the tweeter, unless it's the new Focal one. Anyways, the surround could be getting broken in and starting to get like this. So you might need to go back in there and retune the system just because they've broken in. On the higher end tweeters, that can happen too, is that they'll break in and sometimes they'll do bad things.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? Okay, go ahead.
Punk-ass tweeter.
What's that?
Punk-ass tweeter.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a punk-ass tweeter. But no, okay, keep in mind, these are solid state devices here.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're not going to change. Like, it's not going to wake up one morning and go, I feel like changing my crossover frequency. Yeah, boom. Hey, guess what I'm going to do? Watch this. No, it's not going to do that. It's not going to happen. Other things in the car could do stupid stuff, but that won't do that. But yes, you might need to go back.
Humanity does stupid stuff.
Yeah, no, they're glass tweeters. It's glass tweeters. 100%. It's a glass tweeter.
Huh.
Yeah, somebody watched it.
The reflection on the glass tweeter.
I recently upgraded my head unit and my sub doesn't seem to be hitting as hard. Is this normal? No, of course it's not normal. It's totally wrong. However, what changed? That's where we should really be thinking. What changed? What was different? All right, let's look at what could be different. First off, I changed my radio. What was the preamp output on the previous radio compared to the new radio? So let's say you had a 4 or 5 year old radio.
Yep.
The preamp section in that was probably a real preamp. The new preamp it's not probably a new preamp. It's probably just a high level off of the factory amplifier, which means it could suck. So could be an older unit actually had a 4 volt output. This could have a 2 volt output with a 4 volt max, meaning that the volume is all the way up. So I might need to go back and turn my gain up. okay, to get more volume. Now, the other thing too is if I changed manufacturers, let's say I went from brand X to brand Y, all right, and it doesn't sound the same. Believe it or not, even though they're all like, Pioneer ships their radios with the powerful EQ setting on, out of the box. Kenwood ships their radio at flat. Alpine also ships the radio flat, as Sony does as well. So you put a Pioneer radio in, they ship it like that, so immediately turn it on, it's like, bam, look at that, bitch, this is loud. Whereas a Kenwood radio, it comes flat out of the box with every feature turned off, no loudness, no nothing. And so you actually have to go in and turn that stuff on, okay? So EQ could be different. So there's a lot of things that could change from going from old radio to new radio. More than likely, your subs, you just need to get back in there and retune it, meaning maybe turn the gain up. It could have actually had a crossover in there. Like there could be an active crossover that, like, because there again, some of these radios just come with a subwoofer crossover on, all right? And might be wrong. Or you might have turned one on and said it's 24 instead of 12, or you know what I mean? So yes, it could happen, but more than likely it's just a setting that you need to go back in and figure out, what did I do differently? I've had guys that, like, they've had Pioneer radios in their cars forever, and they switch them out to a Kenwood, and they'll be like, dude, it sucks now. And it's like, whoa, time out. It doesn't suck. It just sounds different because we haven't set it up, or you haven't set it up to match what your Pioneer did. What do you mean? Like, dude, it became powerful. It's a little different. Okay. Kenwood. Yep, Kenwood. You got to add salt. Yep, got to add salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. That's right.
It's called keeping a kid entertained so that he doesn't mind hanging out at the shop is what that game is called.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Epicenter is a standalone device, not built into any DSP. Correct. It is not currently built into any DSP.
Nope.
However, like the audio control amplifiers do have Accubase, which a lot of people confuse with Epicenter. It's not. Now, audio control did offer a DSP amplifier back in the day when it first started. Somewhere around here, I have the DSP 600. I'm sorry, I have the LC 600.1 Epicenter amplifier. Oh, it's right there. Let's see if I can get
the 600.
Yeah.
They don't make it anymore, man.
No, they don't make it anymore, but they made it.
Well, yeah, but like, I want one of those. No, you can't get it anymore.
This is the
600.
And this did have an Epicenter built into it. The problem was it was way too expensive.
Yeah.
And of course, no one can figure out how to turn the dials on an Epicenter. 12 o'clock, people. 12 o'clock. Can I have it? Oh, I had to beg to get that one.
Yeah.
It was a loss. It was just one of those things that the world wasn't ready for it yet.
Right.
It was too expensive. The powers were wrong. It was like a 600 watt amp, and it costs as much as a 1,000 watt amp, and then they have a 1,200 watt amp. So they turned into, basically what happened was the 6 and the 12 turned into the 8 and the 15. Everyone was happy. But now that Epicenter is an on-chip function, we'll see what the future holds.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready. Of course I'm ready.
You love it. Watch.
Yeah, I'm watching. Quick question. Would I need an LC7i for a Honda Accord 2020, even with T-harness? Okay, so
hey, Marilu.
Here she is. Mary Lou next.
Oh, that's right. She has one.
She has what?
One of the Epicenter amplifiers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's look at this question and take it for all it's worth. All right. LC7i, for those of you guys that don't know, crazy enough, is a high level to low level adapter that also is getting replaced here very short by the LC7i Pro. Totally different thing. Going to have load resistors built into it. It's going to be pretty awesome. And also they're coming out with the LC5i Pro, which is if you only have 4 channels of preamp output, like this Honda would, if it's a non-amplified system, you would only need that because they'll take the 4 channels of output and turn them into 6 channels of output, front rear sub, and saves you money. Okay, so the question is, do I need LC7i for a 2020 Honda Accord. The first thing you're going to need is load resistors. All right, so figure out how many channels you're going to do on what, and you're going to need the LGD 20s, which is the greens, to load that radio down. Most important thing, make sure you get load resistors. It will work without them. However, it's not what the radio wants to see, and so there is some distortion there, so make sure you add the green LGDs. Okay, secondly, what amplifiers are we putting in? That is the most important thing, because depending on the amplifier you get, it may already have a high-end high-level to low, or high-end high-level to low-level system built into it. Not all of them do. Okay, some of them make crappy ones, but some of them also make pretty high-end ones. If you're buying any amplifier and it has a DSP built into it, I can tell you right now, you're golden. It's going to have a good high-level to low-level. I don't know of any that don't. Okay, that radio doesn't put out a ton of voltage, so we don't need anything that takes 20 or 40 volts. So totally cool there. So it's just a matter of what aftermarket amplifiers am I buying? Do I need this? Now, if you're buying something that has substandard high level to low level, because some amplifier manufacturers merely put it on as a token. Like, hey, yeah, we take high level. And then some manufacturers actually do a really good job of this. One of the things I often find funny is when I look at, someone will take like a Kenwood or a Kicker or a Rockford, who all have great high-level to low-level adapter features built into them, and they'll put an aftermarket high-level, low-level in front of it, and you're like, dude, why would you do that? It's built into the amplifier. Like, it's good. Okay, the second thing, the main problem you're going to have with the 2020 Honda Accord has nothing to do with any of these, has to do with the equalization from the factory radio. There is a 80 hertz high-pass crossover in there from the factory on the outputs of the speakers. Use the front speakers. Don't use the rear speakers for the subwoofer. However, you're going to need to fix that. Accubase is not going to fix the problem this car has, because Accubase is designed to fix bass roll-off, which is loudness. So it's designed to fix loudness. So loudness rolls off, as we've talked about when we talk about loudness. Accubase is designed to prevent the subwoofer from rolling off and to keep the goodness going. However, in this car, it just doesn't have bass. It's crossed over. Man, Brian Mitchell, why you always text me during the show? What a guy. Anyways, so you're going to need some form of EQ. Epicenter works because it will fix the Honda. I think we've done it. We may need to have a video about that. Anyways, an Epicenter will fix it. But some form of DSP will also fix it. Keep in mind that signal comes to 80 hertz and it just goes wee. Okay, so you're going to need 2 ways you can fix it. 3 ways you can fix it. Epicenter, DSP, use the EQ portion of the DSP, or a ton of power. Why do I say a ton of power? Because if you add a ton of power to it, so if you add like a 1,000 watt amp, you're going to have an amazing 450 watt amp. Because by the time, with the signal that's feeding into that amplifier, it doesn't matter where you put your gains. Okay, it's just there's no signal there, so you just have a lot of wattage behind it, so you're going to get some sound out of little tiny signal. So okay, yeah, I hope that helps. And that pretty much makes sense for a lot of cars. It's not just that one. 2008 Ford Fusion with the Sony 12 speaker system. Is there any integration or bypass harness available to upgrade the factory amplifier? Yeah, it's Ford Fusion, man. That's an A to B. Yeah. Even though it's Sony, it's still a BO system. So go to pack-auto.com, go to iDataLink.com or Maestro.com. It's all the same thing. Type in, iData harness. They'll take you to their websites. But those 2 websites, and honestly, you go MetroOnline.com is going to have this too. But yes, everybody makes an interface for this car now. It's the A to B system. Or it's going to be the Sony system, but either way, they all have them now.
All have it.
Only 3 minutes. Oh wow, man! Dang. All right. Thank you, Audio Control, for being a sponsor of the show. And with that, I know it's hard to believe the show is over. That's where we're at. We've answered all the questions we have time for. Thank you, 25 to Life, for letting me know.
3 minutes left.
But no, hey guys, I don't know who that is, Fang. I'll have to look at Scott Kilmer. So here's the cool thing. We're going to be back here Monday. So we still have Monday to take your questions and have the Fred Flintstone gay old time.
My AC's broken.
Yeah, it's hot. Why am I glistening? Can you see? Anyways, that's the worst though, man. When AC breaks.
No, your house is a 72.
Oh, my house is at 72. I forgot to turn it up this morning.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Good.
Good call.
Right there.
And forgot to turn the AC back up when you left. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for bringing that up. Yep. Totally forgot. Yep.
72 is awesome.
It is freaking chilling in my house.
That is like fantastic.
Dude, I know when Haley walked in,
gosh.
Haley went, oh, yeah, because she's been staying with the grandparents. So they ain't running their air conditioner anywhere near that. That's like 80, 78, and the knob is broke off.
Getting to the house with 72 is like,
oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
So, Fred Flintstone, have a gay old time.
Yeah.
So anyways, hey, so Monday we'll be back here. We'll be doing our thing as always. And then Thursday morning we leave for Indy. We're going to go to Indy. We're going to film some cars. Dougie Fresh's car is like mandatory. That is the only car I'm going to film an added car. But
Yeah.
like those two cars are the only thing I have on my docket to. Oh, yeah. So pretty excited about that. I don't know what is going to happen at Indy. Every time I say we're going to do something, it never happens. So I'm just going to say nothing. And that's all we got. Monday is right around the corner. Listen, for all you fathers out there, all you dads killing it.
Yep.
Have a wonderful Father's Day tomorrow. Sleep in a little bit longer. Tell the kids to pick up, do something. Mom. Sit on the couch, and watch the boob tube. If anyone is into superheroes, Ant-Man, Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp is out on Disney Plus right now. If you're looking for a good movie to fall asleep in the chair on, 2 thumbs up for sure.
Yeah.
Also, if you're an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan like myself, I just watched not the Fubar video, but Arnold Schwarzenegger did a 3-part did a 3-part documentary about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. I'm a big Arnold fan, so I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. And he dropped the F-bomb, so it's nice to know. But yes, everyone have a happy Father's Day. We'll see you back here Monday. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, guys.
Bye.